Hey guys, it's Coach Ron. Just my weekly post. Appreciate all the feedback and everything and all the love everybody gave me. I think last week I got 2 subscribers, man. Hey, thanks. Anyways, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about training around your injuries and training with injuries, and how we go about doing that. I have had some pretty significant injuries. Probably the worst. I ruptured my left Achilles tendon. I've torn rotator cuff muscles, meniscus in my knee, labrum in my hip, and it's not if something's hurting on me, it's when and how bad. That's one of the reasons why the conjugate system works so good for me. And one of the things I recommend is, if you have a mode of injury, like something that occurred injury-wise, you were doing an activity that caused it in a car crash, doing like a 1 rep max, or you just tweaked it, trying a lift or trying something new, my recommendation is rest the area. And let me preface all of this advice I give you. I am not a doctor, maybe of love, but I'm not a doctor, MD. This is just based off experience, lay opinions. So if you do take this advice, take it at your own risk. This is just the stuff that's worked for me. So I would recommend resting the area. And when I mean rest, don't aggravate it, okay? That doesn't mean go on a freaking 8-week hiatus and do absolutely nothing and eat bonbons and get all fat and depressed. What that means is, if it's an upper body or lower body injury, come up with ways of conditioning and training those same energy pathways just at the opposite end of your body. So say you have a lower body injury and you can't do anything, then there's tons of things you could do for your upper body. Not only strength-wise, flexibility-wise, speed strength-wise, max effort-wise, that you can do on pressing, whether they're seated, whether it's bench, whether it's any of the variations in between on incline, decline, any of the curls and extension and flexion of pretty much every one of those upper body joints. Okay, as well as doing bilateral stuff where you're not working, say you injured your left lower body part, where you can still work your right lower body part and have what they refer to as bilateral transfer, where actually the wasting away on the opposite side that's immobilized or not working is lessened or actually even mitigated. So you can look that up. Another thing I like to do in addition to rest with recovery is make sure that everything recovers well. So I will ice, I will take the infamous ibuprofens or the Advil PMs or something if I can't sleep because of something, and that's just a personal preference. Kind of my game changer money-wise is the Mark Pro Plus. I have both those devices. I am actually affiliated with that company as well, just because I believe in the technology, and I also use it for my athletes, not only for recovery but also for pain relief. You can get it without a prescription. You go to Mark Pro, that's marcpro.com. I do have a promo code that gives you a little bit off of their products, but and I get very little back on that, but that has been the game changer in my my performance stuff. So I can hook up to the pain relief or the high frequency on the Plus, get that nerve freaking deadened, and go out and do certain things, or even just sit around without any pain relief. I guess we're having like a small hurricane here, that's it from the rest recovery standpoint. Oh, my promo code, it's every day, like my last name, daily, like every day, EVERYDAY. If you do it, you could even say, hey man, I heard about it on a podcast or a YouTube channel, I would appreciate that. If not, then just enjoy the product in and of itself. The next thing I would say after rest and recovery would probably be stay in the gym, keep moving, but don't do things that aggravate it. So for example, there was a time where, because of some flared up knee issue, just being an old dude, that I couldn't break parallel on my squats. So when it really lit up, when I hit parallel and went below, and I set a box up and I squatted just above parallel, and I was able to do not only do all my speed strength stuff with the bands and chains, but onto the box, but I was also able to do multi-rep max effort, like 2 rep, 3 rep, 1 rep max, 5x5s. I was able to do all of that stuff and not have that area freaking get flared up. Now, I also will say it kept me in the gym, but with segmented programming, you're going to get segmented results. Okay, so if you're not training that bottom of that range of motion, once you do get back in the game, you're going to have to kind of adjust for that. So, and another thing I would say is get educated on it, man. I mean, if you go to your doctor and they tell you never to squat again, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not a doctor, but I would smack the lips off of him or her, you know. Be educated, man. Take ownership of your well-being. For me, it's always been a combination of regular Western medicine, being MD, along with some holistic stuff, whether it's chiropractic, acupuncture, IV therapies, art, any of that stuff that helps get you back in the game. And even if you want to get more invasive with some of the prolotherapies and stuff, I've done all that stuff just in the name of still trying to live the dream. But that's it. Get educated. You know, be creative. Take ownership on your wellness and performance, and don't argue for your limitations. There's tons of other things you can do to work in and around injuries and still challenge yourself and heal up and get back to 100%. So that's pretty much it. If this was helpful to you, for my 2 other subscribers, stay strong, man. And this is Coach Ron. Be awesome. Peace.